So let's start with the elephant in the room. Obviously, I am not filming at my normal location. My fiance and I are in between. Did I forget to mention, I have a fiance now. I got engaged about 3 or 4 weekends ago. Thank you. It's pretty cool. So my fiance and I just got done having lunch at my parents' house, which is where I am now. So I apologize if this video isn't up to my normal quality standard, whatever that is. But Guardians Volume 2 came out this weekend and we went to go see it last night, so I wanted to try to get a quick video out about it. And this is Loki, and Loki wanted to say hi. So wave to the people, Loki. Hello. I'm Gary Mitchell and I'm here to tell you about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And the one major problem this movie has that no matter how good it might have been, it just could never possibly overcome. Before we get started, I'm working hard to grow this channel and now I have a wedding to plan for, and oh my gosh, it's expensive. So if you'd like to help me out, make sure you subscribe, hit that thumbs up button if you like the video, and send it to a few friends. Also, I've got 2 major announcements to make at the end of this video, so make sure you watch all the way through. Alright, let's get started. The first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, directed by James Gunn when it came out a couple of years ago, was a massive hit. So now Guardians Volume 2 is out, and it is, to be blunt, not as good. Whereas the first Guardians movie had one unified story about this group of misfits that comes together and learns how to get over themselves in order to be heroes. The story in this movie feels very disjointed and fractured and even kind of aimless at times. It actually feels like 2 or 3 stories that are kind of happening at the same time, and the main story that you're supposed to care about really doesn't even start ramping up until like an hour into the movie. 50 minutes into the film, my fiance looked at me and said, "What is this movie about?" And me being the wise, incredibly smart, super nerd movie critic that I am, I answered her, "Well, baby, look, Baby Groot." Yeah, Baby Groot's in this movie and he's adorable. And like the first Guardians, this movie has a lot of jokes and funny moments to it, but some of those moments are really funny and some of them are kind of like, okay, that was funny. I will give director James Gunn credit. It's really easy for sequels to just try to be bigger than the last movie, right? We have to have more action, we have to have more jokes, and instead James Gunn really actually gives us kind of a smaller take so we can focus on the characters. Almost all the characters in this movie are given some kind of deep and sometimes tragic backstory that's supposed to make you understand and care more about them. And for the most part it works. Although towards the end of the movie I was like, okay, that's enough feels. Too mushy, too many feels. There are also a couple of characters that were basically minor or side characters in the first movie that are brought back in this film and given much larger roles. And I guess it works, but I kind of felt like they didn't really need to do that. I mean, did anybody really watch the first Guardians movie and go, you know what we really need in the sequel is more of Kirk from Gilmore Girls? The biggest struggle that I felt like this movie had is that the main story narrative is focused on Star-Lord and his dad. But with such a large ensemble of characters, you have to have something for everybody else to do. So they were like, okay, well, we'll just have these people doing this and these people doing this, and I guess it'll turn out all right. Lastly, there's a few random things kind of sprinkled throughout this film that hardcore super nerds like me will be able to recognize. But if you're not a hardcore fan, then you're probably going to be like, that was kind of random. Speaking of random, why is Sylvester Stallone in this movie? Like, why? Guys, bottom line, I said in the description of this video that there is one massive thing that I don't think this film ever had any hope of overcoming. And that is the success of the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Guardians of the Galaxy was this monster, epic, space opera rock out of a film. And it was made all the more awesome by the fact that none of us expected anything from that movie. So it basically came out of no place and rocked everybody's world. I don't think there was ever any chance that this movie could have been even as good as that movie, let alone better. They really try, but it just kind of falls short. I'm gonna give Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed watching it, but I have no desire to see it again. And with that, I've got 2 massive announcements for you guys. And the first one is my trip to Iceland. Starting tomorrow morning, my fiance and I are gonna be leaving for a 1.5 week long trip to Iceland, the land of ice and fire. We got a ton of cool stuff planned. I'm incredibly excited about it, and I'll be posting a ton of videos and photos from the trip. So if you want to follow along, come find me on social media. All the links to my Instagram and Facebook and stuff are in the description below. The second announcement is that in a couple of weeks, right here on YouTube, I will be launching a brand new series that I'm calling the Hymn Project. As most of you know, I play music for a living, and during that time I've created what I think are some pretty cool new school arrangements of some old school hymns. So starting in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'll be releasing a music video every single week of one of my arrangements of classic hymns. So I hope you'll tune in a couple of weeks to check out the first video in my new Hymn Project. Thanks so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up and make sure you send it to a few friends. I'm Gary Mitchell, and we'll see you soon. Stay cool, stay blessed, stay in touch.